Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big show. This is Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Trading Academy. If you're a first-time listener, thank you for stopping by. My name is Josh Lilquist, and we are happy to have you with us today on this very humble season. Not bah humbug, but humble season. It's this. Once again, it's the most wonderful time of the year. I have my good friend and my good pal, Mr. Al Connickson, on the show here once again. How you doing today, Al?
You know what? I am doing fantastic. Looking forward to this coming year, 2024.
Are you looking forward to more singing by myself?
I'm not looking forward to any more singing. I hope that was it. Well, probably for this year.
Probably for this year, but you never know.
You know what? You have actually sung numerous times on this show. I haven't. So maybe next year I will, just enlighten people with a little bit of music from myself.
Maybe next year is the year.
Stay tuned.
So next year is the year you sing. Next year is the year I do not sing. And our listeners, stay with us for the whole hour. But that's what we're going to do. Instead of that, today we're going to talk about the financial markets because that is what we are good at. Yeah. We talk about how they work, how they function, how us as retail investors, how we can take advantage of these markets. But you got to have the right strategies, the right techniques. We'll talk about those techniques and concepts here today on how to make smart investing decisions. Trading Academy on their 26th year, teaching people just like you how to trade, how to invest, whether you're brand new to the markets, don't know a stock from a rock, or you are a seasoned investor, but you're just looking for some consistent returns. That's what we're going to talk about here today, and that's what we do at Trading Academy. We have investing classes locally here. I'll give seats away to here in a little bit. But Al, we've had it was actually a great year, we'll call it, in the markets, and it was because of the last 3 months or so. I believe it was end of October till really the end of the year here, and almost all markets at all-time highs. The Dow at all-time highs hit that. The NASDAQ hit all-time highs. S&P's right at all-time highs again. So we're seeing the market chug along. The buy and hold strategy is back to break even, which is basically zero returns in the last couple of years. And we're going to discuss why that's not the best strategy moving forward. But we're also seeing phenomenal moves as this market has been going down certain weeks, down certain months. It's been going up certain weeks, up certain months. And just great volatility, which is exactly what we want to see, especially with other assets. When we talk about futures later on in the show, we'll talk about options on how to use those, especially in retirement accounts to protect those portfolios, but also to grow those at what you want them to do. So let's discuss that today. Before we get into some of those concepts and techniques, Al, we had another great week, obviously. I'm like a broken record. I say that every single week, but I say it even when it's up. I even say when it's down. It was kind of a slower week, but it just kind of chugged along onto the upside. What's your take on this last week of the year? It's New Year's resolutions time. I want to discuss that here in the second and third segment. Let's hear what you got to say.
Well, this week is oftentimes, I would say more often than not, it is a good week in the market. It's what we call the Santa Claus rally. There's a lot of repositioning of portfolios. A lot of the portfolio managers are trying to increase. It's like, for some people, it's like putting lipstick on a pig. They maybe didn't have that great a year, and so they're repositioning their portfolios with some of the stocks that did, so at least their statements look better to their clients when they send them out. But this was an interesting year, not just interesting week. If you look at what's happened here, in 2023, we've been involved in some way in 2 wars, record rate hikes, high inflation, uncontrolled spending by a government, which has put us into a huge debt situation. Yet the markets had a great year. And it just goes to show you, we need to keep this in mind, that the markets and the economy and what's happening in the globe don't always do the same thing. Sometimes the market just functions on its own, which it really did in this last year. You had mentioned, Josh, that the indexes, for the most part, are pretty much at all-time highs, basically back to where they were in the beginning part of 2022. So there was really a couple of years there of even though we had a big 2023, overall, if you go back over the last couple of years, we're pretty much flat. We're pretty much back where we were before. So the buy and hold people, as you mentioned, are maybe they're feeling better about this year. They should, because in 2022 they weren't feeling very good. So the market, again, can function without really kind of functioning along with the economy. And I think what happened to some people this last year, a lot of the public didn't participate in this move in 2023 because they listened to a lot of the so-called experts out there at the beginning of the year that said that this was going to be a bad year. We were going to go into recession. We might have a 20% or greater pullback in the markets. And those were some of the big people, the big name people that are experienced in the markets, have a high level of education in the markets, yet their predictions are wrong. So in the past, predicting economic data is difficult. It's often wrong, and we saw this in this last year. If you look at the predictions that the pros make, and they'll be doing that again beginning of January, they're going to be giving their predictions on what's going to happen in the market for the rest of 2024. Remember, those are opinions, which is just another name for guesses, and they're
Correct.
guessing at what's going to happen. You can't really do that. You can't, with a high degree of accuracy, guess. If you get it right, for the most part, it's luck. But what can't be misinterpreted are numbers, and they're factual things that you can follow as a trader or investor that would give you the opportunity to do well, and just disregard what those predictions are. Because oftentimes, more often than not, I believe if you look at all the analysts, their predictions at the end of the year are wrong.
Pretty much. And like you hit the nail on the head. A prediction is just a guess. And that's why you need a strategy. You need a strategy that's designed to follow what the money is, where the money is flowing into, where the money is flowing out of.
Right.
And that's where supply and demand at its finest. And that's what we train and teach here at Trading Academy, is how to find precise entry points in the markets, do that with consistency, but also have proper capital management. So that way you don't have to be right every time, because nobody's going to be right. No one can predict the future, but what you can predict is how you add the odds in your favor, add the probabilities in your favor, and have consistency with that with proper capital management. And that's what we train and teach here at the Academy. We have actually investing classes, Al, that we've been doing a lot lately. We've been doing classes all across the metro here. We have a local facility here in Bloomington, state of the art. We have a couple different classrooms where people come in, people just like you, come in to learn about these markets, to see what they are, how to make the right decisions. But it's New Year's resolution time. And now maybe it's that financial New Year's resolution. And come into one of these classes and start that trajectory in the right direction. So you can come into these classes by texting the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to 210-210. You'll get 2 seats with that. Also a financial quick start kit. In this kit, it's the New Year's resolutions kit. Will help you get started right away. There's some free stock picks in there as well. Text investing to the number 210-210, or go to investwithota.com. Coming up next, we have income opportunities, we have wealth opportunities, and how to put odds in your favor in wealth and income accounts. This is Josh and Al, Investing and Trading Live. We will be right back.